Meghan Markle arrived at Pippa Middleton and James Matthews' reception just in time to watch a majestic flypast by a World War II-era Spitfire plane in a lavish finale to the £700,000 wedding. Prince Harry beamed as he drove his actress girlfriend, 35, to the Middletons estate in Berkshire after making a 100-mile dash to pick her up from Kensington Palace on Saturday evening. The smiling suit star ducked the cameras to avoid stealing the limelight at the extravagant reception, where she witnessed a spectacular aerial display from a £100,000 glass marquee. Just hours earlier, a joyful Pippa, 33, married millionaire hedge fund manager James, 41, in an intimate ceremony at a 12th-century church in Englefield surrounded by their family and friends. Harry watched the wedding ceremony at St. Mark's Church and stayed for the champagne reception at Englefield House. He then slipped away in his dark grey Audi accompanied by a security guard to pick Meghan up from the palace in West London, where she has reportedly been staying since flying into the UK on Tuesday. Harry knew this was all about Pippa's big day and he and Meghan jointly decided they didn't want to upstage her. Harry went all the way back to London to get Meghan and bring her to the party, a source told The Sun on Sunday. He left as discreetly as possible and traveled with her all the way back up, showing just how serious he is about her. He didn't want Meghan having to arrive alone, without him alongside her, at the reception. The happy couple joined guests to watch the historic Spitfire MKV plane soar through the skies against a stunning sunset for 10 minutes from the Porta Palace erected in the Middleton's back garden. A live band belted out music from the marquee as guests partied the night away, including jazz renditions of Call on Me by Eric Prydz and the White Stripes' Seven Nation Army, The Sun reported. Rumors have been circulating for some weeks that Meghan had been invited to the nuptials despite Pippa's no-ring, no-bring policy. However, some believe Meghan may have chosen to stay away from the church ceremony to avoid upstaging Pippa and bringing more attention to her relationship with Harry. To have her on his arm earlier today at such a high-profile event would once again have refueled suggestions the pair could be set to marry. It seems that Meghan has been eagerly anticipating the occasion as she has been seen indulging in several beauty treatments in the run-up to the big day. On Friday, the actress, who landed in London on Tuesday, was spotted leaving a swanky spa in Soho, London, after a £250 facial ahead of the society event of year. Prince Harry's girlfriend looked casual in black leggings, a black hoodie and a grey baseball cap teamed with trainers. She offset her look with a £550, $795, Clifton Rosewater small classic grain bag by British brand Mulberry, and carried her iPhone in her hand as she left the spa. It appeared that the actress had treated herself to a manicure as she displayed freshly painted nails. Meghan arrived in the UK on Tuesday ahead of joining boyfriend Prince Harry at Pippa Middleton's wedding this weekend. According to E! News, Ms. Markle arrived at Heathrow Airport on Tuesday and was immediately taken to Kensington Palace. The publication reported that she then made a low-key appearance at the reception. The evening reception was reported to be a lavish affair, with a nod to the groom's Scottish connections and the entertainment and food. The dinner is said to feature haggis on the menu along with Scottish lamb and whiskey. Best man Spencer Matthews, the younger brother of the groom, reportedly gave a speech at 10 p.m. to thunderous rounds of applause and laughter. It comes hours after Pippa beamed with pride as she left the church as a married woman on the arm of her new husband James. It was the moment the world had been waiting for, and Pippa didn't disappoint as she dressed to impress in a stunning white Giles Deacon gown for her nuptials to the 41-year-old financier she began dating last year. The 33-year-old beamed with happiness as she displayed her famous figure in the fitted guipure lace gown by the British couturier, whose fans include Abby Clancy and Kendall Jenner. After saying their vows surrounded by their friends and family, the happy couple waved to the crowds as they drove in a Jaguar E-Type from the Englefield estate to the Middleton mansion for the evening reception in the Porta Palace they've constructed in their garden. Pippa, in a beautiful classic wedding dress with lace detail, was sporting a shiny new ring on her left hand as her husband maneuvered the car through the crowded town center. The long, glamorous veil had been discarded, and the happy couple were squinting into the sharp spring sun. One notable absentee was Prince Harry's girlfriend, Meghan Markle, who is thought to be joining the contingent for the reception back at the Middleton mansion this evening. Rumors have been circulating for some weeks the Suits actress had been invited to the nuptials despite Pippa's no-ring, no-bring policy. However, some believe Meghan may have chosen to stay away from the church ceremony to avoid upstaging Pippa and bringing more attention to her relationship with Harry. To have her on his arm earlier today at such a high-profile event would once again have refueled suggestions the pair could be set to marry. Shortly after Pippa and James left, Kate came by in a grey Range Rover, this time with a personal driver behind the wheel. Villagers soon began to speculate whether her husband William and little George and Charlotte were hiding behind the car's tinted back windows. The wedding guests were all leaving the reception at Englefield Town Hall to commence the party at Carol and Michael's home on Peace Hill. The party is expected to carry on all evening with an estimated 350 high-profile guests. This morning, flanked by her father, Michael Middleton, Pippa beamed with joy as she arrived at the church in a Jaguar Marquee ahead of her vows. Her attentive big sister Kate, who was resplendent in a peach Alexander McQueen dress, Jane Taylor hat and 7,500-pound Kiki McDonough earrings, was on hand to help arrange her dress as she walked into the church to say her vows. It may have been their aunt's big day, but Prince George and Princess Charlotte, the dressed-in Spanish retailer Pippa and Company, managed to steal the limelight from Pippa as they served as page boy and bridesmaid at the society wedding of the year. The dressed-in adorable ensembles, 3-year-old George and 2-year-old Charlotte stole the hearts of the nation as they put on a charming display at St. Mark's Church in Berkshire. Only a small group of villagers got a glimpse of the royals as the bride arrived in a 1951 Jaguar, Pippa looking stunning in a flowing white dress with a heart-shaped, open back. The bridal bouquet was by Lavender Green and was a stunning collection of peony, sweet pea, astilbe, freesia, wax flower, green bell and mollass. Speaking to Mail Online about working for Pippa and the inspiration she took when creating the bridesmaids' flowers, Sue Barnes, founder of Lavender Green Flowers, said, "I designed hearts covered with white wax flower and gypsophilia that hung from satin ribbon. We matched these with flowers on the girls' Alice bands. It is the little details, like the gorgeous bridesmaids' hearts, that make weddings totally individual and our job that much more enjoyable." The Duchess of Cambridge emerged from a second car wearing a light pink dress and matching hat and entered the church with the little ones, Prince George in a white shirt and light brown trousers, and Princess Charlotte in a white dress. Mother of the bride Carol Middleton walked with her son James Middleton to the wedding, wearing a buttoned-up pink coat and a matching hat. The front archway of the church was decorated with 2 large bouquets of pink peonies and roses and white flowers. Guests were greeted by best man Spencer Matthews and ushers, who were wearing morning suits with dusty pink ties, at the archway entrance. The groom, James Matthews, also greeted guests at the entrance to the church. He appeared relaxed, at one stage sharing a joke with his brother. Among the first celebrity guests to arrive were ITV News anchor Tom Bradby and his jewelry designer wife Claudia. They were followed by former Biker Grove star Donna Eyre, James Middleton's girlfriend, who was waiting a long flowing pale yellow dress and matching pillbox hat. Tennis star Roger Federer was cheered as he walked up the path to the church, his wife Mirka, wearing a gold sparkling dress. The newlyweds were briefly seen exiting the church to chiming wedding bells and were driven off to the local village hall for the wedding reception. Local mother Jelena Sedita said it had been a lovely exit, but was quite dismayed that the royal family arrived so far away from the eager crowd. "I can accept that I was not invited, but I wanted to see her at least," she said, laughing. "They've spent so much money, and we went to see what exactly it was spent on. They don't really need an expensive marquee. There are so many beautiful churches and houses around." Pippa's uncle Gary Goldsmith waved to the assembled press as he arrived with his daughter. Princess Eugenie, wearing a navy blue dress and cream pillbox hat, also waved to the cameras as she was accompanied by her long-term boyfriend Jack Brooksbank. Gabriella Windsor, the daughter of Prince and Princess Michael of Kent, was also among the 200-strong congregation. Mother of the bride Carol arrived with her son James, wearing a peach Catherine Walker outfit. The Cambridge's Nanny Maria Borallo was then spotted entering the church in her distinctive brown Orlan uniform. Appearing very much mummy for the day, Kate ushered the children into the right position. The girls' dresses were cream, and the boys' tops were cream while their breeches were a gold color. She was wearing a dusty Alexander McQueen bell sleeve wool crepe pencil dress, priced $959. They were shortly followed by Pippa and her father Michael in an open-top gunmetal gray 1951 Jaguar MKV. They spent some time rearranging Pippa's dress by the archway entrance, both Michael and an attendant, presumably one of deacons. Kate then greeted her sister and father in the entrance of the church and helped to smooth out Pippa's dress while arranging the page boys and bridesmaids to walk behind them in unison. Kate very much appeared to be attendant-in-chief and was laughing and giggling with Pippa. Within minutes of them going in, it started raining. There was embarrassment when a couple of latecomers arrived after Pippa had gone into the church. Bodyguards were scrambled to usher them in a side entrance. The bride and groom emerged at 12:39, just as the sun started shining again, having rained during the 40-minute ceremony. The page boys and bridesmaids were assembled at the entrance and then walked out in front of the happy couple, with Kate helping to usher them into position. Pippa's bridesmaids were Countess Philippa Hoyas, Lily French, Avia Horner and Princess Charlotte. The page boys were Casimir Tatos, Edward Sabire, William Ward and Prince George. There was a lot of smiling and some laughing as the children tottered out in front. The couple took their time to walk towards the archway entrance, clearly quite entertained by the children in front of them. Charlotte was carrying a basket which appeared to have confetti petals in it. A guest was later spotted telling the crowds she was carrying Charlotte's heart-shaped floral garland, which she had left behind. James Matthews was seen beaming ahead of the service, and considering he was about to tie the knot with a woman he chased for 10 years, it was hardly surprising he couldn't hide his smile as he arrived at St. Mark's Church moments before his bride today. The 41-year-old hedge fund manager was in high spirits as he arrived flanked by ushers James Middleton and Spencer Matthews ahead of the society wedding of the year. The dapper men shared a few laughs as they waited nervously outside the church, whilst hundreds of guests, including James Middleton's girlfriend Donna Erin Roger Federer, and well-wishers descended on the church. Princes William and Harry put on a dapper display as they arrived together at the church without their partners, the Duchess of Cambridge and Meghan Markle. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge cut it fine as they set off from Kensington Palace with just a few hours to spare ahead of Pippa Middleton's wedding today. The couple, who were dressed to impress in their wedding outfits, were seen driving through London as they made the 50-mile journey to St. Mark's Church in Berkshire. Prince William, who looked dapper in a satin waistcoat and red tie, drove his family of 4 in their Range Rover to the society wedding of the decade. Kate, meanwhile, gave a hint of her outfit and donned a peach fascinator, a color she often plumps for when dressing for formal events.